Hello and welcome back. This is Joanna the Medium. I'm also an intuitive coach. Welcome to your July 2017 readings. As always, thank you so much for watching, for sharing, and for liking. If you would like a private session with me just to see how life goes on with you or what you would like to have clarity on, I have included that information down below for you. Also, I will be away for a big part of July, which means August readings will be either late or I will do them halfway through August, but I will also include September. I may also do a quick mid-month August, these readings will be much shorter. So I will have to see what I do, but I'm already saying to you, just so you know, they won't be posted August 1st because I just won't be able to. There's just not enough time for me to do all of it. Also, 6-month readings from July until December will be posted on Vimeo in the next couple of weeks, and I will probably post a video on that once it's ready. I just want to say July seems to be a fantastic month for most of the signs. Actually, there's nothing here that I can remember that's negative. It seems to be a pretty good energy. A lot of transformations, a lot of transitions, but these are all fantastic energies. I have tried to make the readings shorter because I do realize many of you don't have time to listen to me for 35 minutes. And they just did not go as planned. So most of them are over 30 minutes. I do apologize for that. I will do my best to keep them shorter because not only is the recording of them tremendously time consuming, but it also takes a lot longer to download. So I will keep them a little bit shorter while still being able to give you as much information as I can. Also, is there anything else? I feel that's it. Of course, always thank you so much for watching and for liking or subscribing. Please comment if you would like to, as to how this affects you, and always listen to your other signs, your moon sign and your rising sign, as well as your sun sign, because oftentimes these signs will give you much more clarity with regards to what goes on with you. And I think that's all I have left. I'm supposed to say good luck to somebody, but good luck to everybody. Good luck to all of us. And without further ado, let's get started on July readings. I hope you enjoy them. Have a wonderful month. Take care. Hello, Libra signs. This is going to be your message for the month of July. I have 5 cards actually instead of 4. And so let's see what we've got. The moment I tuned into your energy, and I have some things written down as I was shuffling the cards, I was getting a lot of information. I didn't want to lose it. But when I asked for the overall energy for the month of July, I actually heard them saying to me, options and get out of a desperate mode, or get out of the desperation mode for some of you. I also heard the words breaking free and options. I also kept seeing the sign of needing to choose wisely. So the overall energy seems to be of not only letting go. The other thing I was seeing is some of you are facing your past, and there are still some unanswered questions you have pertaining to what has happened in your past. But the way it was shown to me is your back was towards the future and you are walking backwards. Now, what happens when we walk backwards? We are bound to fall or bump into things, because when we walk backwards, we cannot see a thing, or we cannot see where we're going. So the message here is, stop looking into your past, rather look into your future. For although you may draw some conclusions that will help you in your future, for some of it is financially, you are connected financially to something that has happened in the past. It is also for some of you a breakup. Point is, if you are still very much preoccupied with what has happened in your past, with whatever situation in your life, and you are not putting equally as much attention towards your future, you're bound to run into a wall. So this is a general message, but it's a vision that I have very, very clearly, and it is obvious to me in that vision that walking backwards eventually is going to make you trip. So point is, don't look in your past so much. Spend more energy going forward and looking towards your future and building your future, as more so than trying to understand so much what has happened, because what happened we can't change, but we can certainly make a difference with regards to what decision we will make going forward. So that is the message that I kept seeing. It was actually very interesting. And the overall card I have for the month of July is actually Seven of Swords, but it actually landed to me like this. So typically in the upright position, it's, well, deception and envy. But because it landed to me in this position, what I feel very much with this card is that you are actually breaking free. And that was one of the messages that I received when I was shuffling the cards for you. So breaking free of old patterns, breaking free from old relationships, breaking free from seeing things a certain way. I'm seeing the metaphor of spreading your wings and learning how to fly. And obviously that is a metaphor that you will hopefully connect with. But letting go of things that have held you down in the past. Some of it is people and situations. Some of it is your behaviors and your, he keeps saying the word to me, the words nostalgia. Nostalgia is basically memories of what has been. So for those of you who are still stuck in your past, you are being urged to very much look forward towards your future. And that's actually consistent with the image that I was getting when you whoever you are, kept going backwards because your focus was on the past. And like I said earlier, walking backwards is not going to prove to be very fruitful because, well, when you can't see when you're walking, you're bound to fall and, make mistakes. So that's the overall energy. It is actually not, he's asking me to say, this isn't a bad energy. It's actually an energy of persistence and of charging forward and moving forward with new plans, new ideas, and new opportunities. So there's a lot of newness in the air, a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of drive and force to go forward with something. And I hear the word opportunities. For some of you, it will be work. And I do have other departments in a moment. So lots of newness, but in order to accept the newness, one must stop looking back. So that is the overall energy. The other words I keep hearing is the word conclusion. So many of you will be coming to some sort of epiphany or epiphanies in the month of July and a little bit of August, I feel, where you will start to understand your past more so than you have in the last little while. For some of you, it's years, and you will use this information constructively in order to move forward. And I actually see you using the information that you're learning from your past and extracting tools, if you will, and I'm looking away because I'm seeing things, and you will use those tools as sharp instruments in order to help you carve, quote unquote, the next project, the next situation, the next set of circumstances, your plans forward, etc., etc. So interesting visual, and I think you understand what is being said. Now, let's move on to the relationship department. Actually, 2 cards fell out, and I was being asked to keep those 2 cards. The first card is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And when I saw this card, typically this card represents recover from a financial loss, but because this is a relationship matter, actually it could pertain to relationships, recovery from a breakup, recovery from and he's reminding me that yes, oftentimes when we do break up, when we leave, when we part ways, there is often a very high financial burden or financial component associated with a breakup. So for some of you, you are letting go of the old ways that were associated with your ex-partner, and a lot of it will have to do with financials. But that is a good thing, because the overall energy, again, is about breaking free. So letting go of the past. Also, some of you are in a process of picking up the pieces. And this is to do with a family member or someone who has left, or you have left someone. picking up the pieces emotionally. That is the vision and the feeling that I get. And I feel like you are also picking up after someone. Some of you, I feel, have lost someone, whether you have lost someone to the other side or whether you have lost someone because the relationship is no longer. There is a sense of loss, but there's a recovery period, and the recovery feels to me very, very strong. The other card, Six of Cups, is that's a card of nostalgia, I believe. And when I saw this card, I actually wrote down, when I saw this card, I actually wrote the word spouse. The word spouse came to me. So this is going to be for very few of you. I feel some of you have either lost a spouse to an unfortunate circumstances, or the person is no longer in your life. And this is not going forward. This is what has happened absolutely in your past. And again, I am being shown that you are coming to terms with what has happened, and you are learning to move forward without this person. I really do feel that for some of you, although I did say spouse, it could be partner, it could be a friend, it could be someone you've loved, it could be someone that you are emotionally connected with, could be a family member as well, because this relationship department covers everything, romantic and otherwise. You are in a process of nostalgia, which is memories, bringing forth memories, but there is a sense of sadness with this, and there's a sense of letting go. So month of July seems to be, and again a bit of August, seems to be a month of recovery, emotional recovery for many of you, certainly not for all of you. For those of you who are worried again, or who have been going through financial difficulties because of a breakup or because of some kind of relationship struggle in your past, I hear that the worst is over. I also hear the word courts. So maybe some of you have been going through a legal battle, and with reference to financial context. And you are again learning how to let this go. I also hear, rest assured that better times are ahead of you. And for those of you who are dealing with this legal battle, I feel that you are spent. You are emotionally done. You are emotionally spent, physically perhaps as well, certainly spiritually, and maybe even financially. And again, I see the vision of you picking up pieces and moving forward. I also feel for some of you, you are learning how to stand on your own 2 feet. You are learning how to stand up. You are learning how to finally step into your own skin. So this is very much a process of, I just got chills, a process of, again, recovery. It's very, very important. I also hear the words, let this go. Let this go. So for those of you who are holding on to something that has happened in a relationship, and I'm not talking about those who have lost someone because they've left and went to the spirit world. I don't feel that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking more so about a spouse who has left, a breakup, anything of that sort. If you are still clinging to your past regarding that kind of a relationship, you're being asked to pick up the pieces and start looking forward, not looking back. And that's consistent with what I was seeing at the very beginning. Now let's see if there's some happier, perkier news. Not that I consider this necessarily bad news, not at all. But recovery seems, it's intense. It's not party time type feel. I really feel for many of you, this is a time of just completely engaging in moving forward. I feel like I'm turned around energetically, and my full energy is going forward as opposed to going back. I also hear the word new beginning. So many of you are starting. There's one more thing I'm remembering. Many of you are starting a brand new beginning. Many of you are starting a family. And what I'm remembering here, because I wrote it here, I saw someone. What did I see here? Yes, I start new. So many of you are starting new. And I also saw a birth. I saw someone either being pregnant, becoming pregnant, or in the process of becoming pregnant. And then that pregnancy, all of a sudden I saw the month of March. So for those of you, and then I counted, and actually from July to March is 9 months, and that's the gestation period. So for those of you who are not looking to get pregnant, do what's necessary in order to not make that happen. But for those of you who are wanting, and who have been trying to get pregnant, I feel the month of July and the very beginning of the month of August, I want to say up until the 5th for some reason, it's a very auspicious time to be pregnant, because you're very fertile. And I saw that very clearly. So that's for some of you, obviously not for all of you. There is a physical birth that is in the process of happening, as in the baby is being produced. Some of you, it is the sign of pregnancy symbolizes to me a brand new beginning and an expansion within your relationship status. So for those of you who are single and looking, I feel that the month of, somehow I'm connecting to May. Maybe you've met somebody in May, and there is, this relationship is moving forward, but I want to feel, I feel more coming towards, I want to say June, August, that period there, end of June, August. I feel there's a really opportune time for you to meet someone special. Whether this someone special is a long-term partner, forever partner, or a shorter term, this is someone special. So if you are single and looking, or if you're single and not looking, I feel that there is an opportunity for you to meet someone new. And for some of you, this someone who's older. Whether you're male or female makes no difference. But I feel there's a bit of there's a gap in age, which really doesn't matter, but there seems to be an older energy that's being drawn to me. So either you are older and you will attract somebody younger, or you are younger and you will attract somebody older. Obviously it's one of the two. And I think that's where I want to leave that with this. Now we're moving on to finances, work, career, and we have the card of fertility. So that's really interesting that this popped right after when I saw some of you getting pregnant. So new opportunities in the month of August, particularly, I'm being shown in many of the readings that I have been doing for the month of July. A lot of information is being included with the month of August in mind. So for whatever reason, the energies seem to be spread about a period of 6 or 6.5 weeks. So if some things don't come to fruition for you in the month of July, they will most certainly come to fruition beginning of August to, I would say, about the 12th. That's the number that he's showing me. So if this doesn't make sense to you right now, listen to it after July is done, and maybe even a week after July is done. But career opportunities are on the horizon for you. Some of those career opportunities are being shown to me in September, but for whatever reason, the seeds are being planted again in the month of August. For some of you in July, but I see the very beginning of August. I see the tip of July and August. So right on the cusp of end of July and beginning of August, some of you will either be planting new seeds, or you will be giving out your resume, or something about a brand new career opportunity. Okay, I also see friendships or collaborations coming together. So some of you will be accepting a brand new job offer. I do feel that this is something that you've been waiting for quite some time. For some of you, it might come as a surprise. I also feel that the money is going to quite a bit better for, I hope, for all of you who are looking or even not looking, because I hear the word surprise. It's either this opportunity will come as a surprise to you, or the amount of remuneration that is offered with this opportunity is going to surprise you, because I hear the word substantially. Some of you are going to have a substantial hike in how much money you will make, and you know what? If that comes, hey, good for you. Great in manifesting. Speaking of manifesting, July seems to be, first of all, number 18 is being shown to me. So maybe watch for July 18th and see if there's something special that happens to you or around the month, the date of July 18th, because there's something circling around July 18th, and I see this to be money. So whether it's actually physical money or whether it is an opportunity that is connected to money, something is circling around July 18th, 17th, 18th. So let's just say halfway through. Also, I'm being shown, pay attention, because there might be someone who will take this away from you. So if an opportunity is presented to you out of the blue, or if you've been searching for it, please do not sit on it for too long and contemplate, should I or shouldn't I? If there's any inkling of interest in this opportunity from your part, get on it ASAP, because I'm being shown there is a hawk coming and getting it. So that to me signifies that there is going to be somebody who will get this fairly quickly if you don't act upon it in a timely manner. Whether it's because you make a phone call, send a resume, basically you have to act on it fairly quickly. There's no time to waste. Okay, this is being shown to me as also around money, but I feel this is more personal. Some of you, I feel, are looking at a brand new surroundings. So whether it is because you got a new job and those will be the new surroundings, but I also feel like it's home. So some of you, it seems you are either moving to a new home, you are scouting for a new home, I hear the word relocation, you are relocating to a new home, which is moving. You are looking at land to build a home. This is substantial. There's a substantial energy with movement and home. And because I'm looking at land and I'm kind of scouting and I'm going, how does this feel to me? There is an element of you looking to either purchase a home, rent a home in new neighborhood, but there's definitely a move associated with it. And I hear developer land. Some of you maybe some of you are developers and you develop land and you are looking at or scouting for land to develop, because I see nothing but dirt and it's actually a little bit rocky. So excuse me. I also hear the word New Mexico. So maybe for some of you who are in New Mexico, you are scouting for new land to develop, and that's certainly a career opportunity or a career potential or a career factor. But it is connected to homes. So whether you develop lands to build homes, or whether you are one person wanting to build a home for yourself, there is a component of you scouting for the appropriate land or the area. I also hear bank loan approval, and I see this plus sign. So to me, it's positive. So if you are waiting to, particularly if you develop land, and if you're looking for loans, or line of credits, many of you, I feel, are going to, why am I seeing a bicycle? Many of you are going to get approved or pre-approved for mortgage or line of credit or something associated with borrowing money. Why am I seeing a bicycle? Okay, so some of you are riding a bicycle to work. Really odd and random, but hey, if it's only one of you, and you are deciding to ride a bicycle to work, good for you. I see this to be in an environment where it's fairly warm, and I also see it's fairly dry. And I would say it's fairly dry all year long, but it could also be fairly dry in a summer. So if you are, I mean, I live in Vancouver, so it's pretty rainy. It's pretty moist. So if you are thinking of riding a bike or something about a bike, I see somebody riding a bike to work, riding a bicycle to work. And it's shown to me very clearly. So I'll leave that for those of you who are contemplating whatever it is. Maybe you're going to get a job and it's an easy bike ride instead of a car ride. Then you know what? You'll save yourself on gas and maybe even insurance. Why not, right? Okay. And I think that's all I have. It looks, it feels very good to me. Money department feels very good to me. It's the relationship that's a lot of letting go, but that's also good because recovery is fantastic. Now, moving on to health. I hear the words decisions. So this is health and overall well-being. I do have the card of temperance, I believe it is. And in this deck, it is the card of patience. And as you see, the person has planted seeds and is now waiting patiently until this flower blooms. So some of you, I feel, are awaiting some test results, and I hear the word positive test results, but the positive test results don't feel to me as a negative. Like if you're, for example, if you are wanting to be pregnant, and which incidentally is what came up in relationships, and you have tried for quite some time and you're sitting on edge waiting for your test results, positive would obviously be a great sign, right? Other type scenarios where it's an illness and a positive, it means negative. That is not what I'm referring to. I'm referring more to a positive outcome. So whether it's a positive outcome of your tests or it's a positive, you are pregnant or whatever positive would be, that would be in a good category. There seems to be that, but I hear the month of August. So fertility, some of you are literally waiting. It's around fertility. So if you are going through IVF in artificial fertility procedures, I think that's what they're called, you might be getting pregnant in a month. I hear the month of August. So, but like I said, some of this is carrying to the month of August. I want to say late July, early August. Okay, I see the number 5. So maybe it's the 5th of August, or maybe it's the 5th of July, or one of those two, or somewhere in between the two. Some of you are recovering from an illness, and I see the card of Chariot in my mind, which is speedy recovery. Some of you had a broken leg, and I think that came last month in some of the signs, or maybe even this month. I'm not sure which one. So listen to your other signs, because if this repeats in one of your other signs, then it's something to pay attention to extra. I'm tapping into somebody's eyes, and I feel like I have sand in my eyes. Somebody's eyes are really dry, and he's saying to me this was said before. So whether it's you and you need to hear it again, or if it is somebody different, some of you are being sleep deprived, and you may have extra sensitivity in your vision because you are sleep deprived. And I don't actually know if sleep deprivation causes it. I'm sure it can, because if we don't sleep, we don't recover. But I feel like I have sand grains in my eyes, so they're very either itchy or they're very not comfortable. Let's put it that way. So for some of you, it's connected to sleep, but obviously, always look into it further. For some of you, it's related to stress. Now I'm being shown. I'm actually asking him stress. If we are not sleeping because we are stressed and we're always in our mind, that causes the inability to relax. When we are all constantly in a stressed mode, it will affect every organ in our body. So for those of you who are not sleeping for any extended period of times, you either need to take something for sleeping, particularly if your vision is starting to go, or if you're noticing your vision is not the way it used to be, and you need to take something. And I keep hearing the word melatonin, and I know melatonin is a naturally occurring hormone in the body to regulate deep sleep, but for some of you, you may need something more than that, because it may just not be enough. I see some of you wearing masks to bed, so perhaps you can't sleep because the room is too light. So maybe try a mask on your eyes and see if that allows you to fall asleep either quicker or you sleep deeper. Now I'm rhyming stuff. Let me see if there's anything else. I'm connecting to somebody's hips, and I feel like I'm moving my hips, and I want to figure out why I'm moving my hips other than when I'm dancing. I feel like somebody's hips are pretty stiff. So I'm rotating. I'm actually seeing a vision of me rotating my hips. Whatever that means, what are they going to do with it? If you have stiff hips because you are sitting for a prolonged period of time, I feel for those of you, some form of exercise would be really important. Obviously, exercise is always very important. And maybe for some of you who are overworking at the gym or overtraining, you are having a problem with the hips, but I really don't feel that's the case. If it is, it's for one of you, maybe two. This, I feel, is a problem with hips because there is not enough exercise, or there is there's stiffness, and I feel like I'm moving my hips because I have been sitting for 20 hours. So that is very important. Let me just see if there's anything else. Some of you, I don't know, I'm seeing this vision of you wheeling, I think it's your mom, into their nursing home, or you're wheeling your mom around. It could also be your dad. It's an elderly person, whether it is your family member or whether you take care of someone who is elderly. You're wheeling a person around, but I want to see if this is connecting to the person or the health, something about health, or to you. I feel it's to you, although it's for both. I feel it's the person who is wheeling the other person. I hear the words tired. Okay, so, and I particularly see a shorter lady, dark hair. So if you are a shorter lady with dark hair and you're tired, this message is for you. But there's obviously many other people who deal in that kind of environment. And I think that's all I wanted to leave you with for the month of July. I hope this was helpful. It's a little bit longer than I anticipated because they take much longer to load when they are longer. But anyway, I hope this made sense, and I wish you best of luck in the month of July. Take care of yourself. If you would like to comment on how this affects you, please do so. I always read every single comment. And of course, if you would like a private session to see how life is going on for you, or what it is that you need to look into, that information is down below for you, and I would be honored to have a session with you. Until then, or until August, I wish you a wonderful month of July, and take care of yourself.